Hey, what's up guys? Ethan from Mecha Warehouse here, and I'm back with another building with a beginner video. But this time I'm moving up to the HG level from the entry grade RX-78-2 that I did last time to the brand new Witch from Mercury aerial. Now this kit immediately caught my eye as I thought it was absolutely stunning and I really loved the design on it. It seemed like a new take of the RX-78 and I thought it was super cool, and I loved how it had those traditional Gundam colors that were a bit toned down. Now I was on a very tight schedule making this as I started filming Monday afternoon and I needed to get this out by Wednesday morning, but I tried my best to get as much into this video as I possibly could. Now you will notice that the box for my aerial is a little dinged and dented. Well, that's because it's from our ding and dents on our customer only Discord. The way you get in is you just make any purchase at Mecha Warehouse and you can get added to the Discord. Over on the Discord, we run a ding and dents, which is essentially a lottery where you can enter in for a chance to win a slightly dinged or dented kit for a discount, usually 10 to 15%. Now I'll move on to the tools that I use to make the aerial. Last time I used the entry grade nippers, but this time I actually upgraded to the Display 3.0 single blade nippers, which I thought did me really well in this video. I use 3 different sets of sanding sticks. I use a 600 grit, a 1000, and a 1500 so I could work my way up back to the plastic level that was on there before I started sanding. I also planned on using some Gundam markers to do some panel lining, but I ran out of time, so I didn't get a chance to film any of that or edit it. So it will be up on the TikTok at some point, as well as maybe a YouTube short or any of our other social medias. But enough about talking about the kit, and let's get into the actual build of the kit. Now I don't want to say this is a harder kit to build because I don't necessarily think it is a hard kit, but it is definitely a more intricate kit than the entry grades or other high grades that I've built up to this point. But I certainly don't mean that in a bad way, as this kit is actually probably the funnest kit that I've also built. The way everything snaps together is super nice. I thought that actually the runners were laid out really nicely so I could find everything. I felt like it wasn't a hassle searching through all of them. There's only, I think, 5 runners plus a couple of the single ones. Now, one of the big selling points of this kit was actually the specially injected mold that they used for the chest piece, which essentially had the sticker implanted into the plastic itself. It looked super incredible and I love the way it looked. My only real criticism with it is that they didn't do it for the rest of the parts on the kit. The only piece that is the special mold is the one on the chest. The ones on the legs and the head do not have that. Those are actually done with stickers stuck on the inside of clear pieces. But to be honest, that's my only real complaint with this, is that you have to use a lot of stickers in order to get the effects that you want. Stickers for the eyes, stickers for the back of the head, and then stickers on the inside of all those clear plastic parts. There's also a couple of color separation stickers, like on the shield, that were just a pain to put on. But other than that, I really can't have any complaints about this kit. I thought it was super well made, super well put together, and it's definitely better than a couple of the older kits that I put together. But seeing as this is a beginner build, I really want to go through the 5 things that I've learned from this after graduating from that entry grade to this high grade. Number 1 has to be that a little bit of sanding goes a long way. Like I said, I was using 600 grit, 1000 grit, and 1500 grit, and just the way that I was able to build up from sanding off a gate or a nub all the way up to getting it to look like it was normal, no plastic wear and tear. That was very important for me. I think it really improved the finished product of the aerial when I sat down and looked at it, and when I was really impressed with the way that it came out. Number 2 is definitely that not all plastic reacts the same way to snipping and sanding. Let's take the white pieces, for instance. I thought those cut out and I was able to sand it down really easily and it looked fine. Compare that to some of the light blue pieces where once I tried sanding it down, getting it back to that normal plastic shine was practically impossible. I spent way more time on those pieces than I did on the white pieces, even though there's way more white pieces in this kit. They also have those clear plastic pieces that I was talking about that you put the stickers inside of. Those are also very brittle that I noticed when I was getting them off of the runner with my nippers. They would kind of fly across the room, and also I would barely cut into them and they would almost kind of crack in a way. It wasn't a big deal if you're using the 2-cut method, but I would definitely say that for those pieces, you have to use that method. It was also a pain to get some of the nubs off of them. Saying that though, on this kit, they did a great job of hiding a lot of the nubs, making sure that the pieces that were nubbed went into other pieces, slid in so that where they weren't actually visible, because trying to sand them off was practically impossible, as if you sanded the clear pieces, they'd become more cloudy and you really couldn't get it back to that normal shine. I bet there is a way to get it back. I just don't know how to do it yet. Third big thing that I found out on this kit is that nippers are very important. The last time I was here, I used the entry grade nippers on the entry grade kit. This time I upgraded to the Display 3.0 single blade nippers, and those things were absolutely fantastic. They cut through those pieces like a hot knife through butter. I mean, just the way that you were able to get a clean second cut, wouldn't even have to go in for another one. And even if you did, you'd get so close to the piece itself without chipping it off. I was really impressed with these. I would totally say that if you are a beginner and you want to invest in some tools, this would be the #1 tool that you want to invest in. Fourth thing that I really learned is directions are key. When you're doing an entry grade, I barely looked at those things because it was such an easy and simple kit to put together after you got all the pieces out. This one's a little bit different. There are some intricacies with it that if you tried to do it yourself, you'd really mess it up. And there were times that I did try to do it myself and I ended up missing a piece or putting a piece in the wrong place, cutting out the wrong one. You really got to make sure you follow these things because like I said, this is a pretty intricate kit, at least by my standards of what I've done so far. And the fifth and probably the biggest thing that I would suggest to any beginner is don't sit down and just try to do this in one sitting. I tried to do that last night and I was about to go crazy. At one point, I just had to sit down, de-stress, play some guitar, watch Tom Brady lose on Monday Night Football, and it just made me refocus and I was able to go back and actually sit down and finish the kit. If I hadn't have done that, there was no way that I was going to be able to finish this kit correctly without chucking it across the room. But I think it's an absolutely fantastic and beautiful kit. As you can see here, I love the way that it came out. It looks fantastic. Honestly, I didn't think I could get a kit to look this good compared to the entry grade that I did a couple weeks ago, but I honestly am pretty proud of it. And I think the kit is fantastic. Now, would I recommend this to a beginner? 100% yes. Even if you haven't done something like an entry grade, I think a beginner could come at this, and as long as they know that they have to take their time, read the directions, not stress over it, I think they'd be able to do this pretty comfortably. I do, however, think there are probably better starting points like an entry grade, but if you are looking to challenge yourself, this is a good place to do it. I would also highly recommend getting yourself a nice pair of tweezers to use. I've just used the one in my bathroom, and they weren't exactly the best for it, but they got the job done. I really hope you enjoyed this beginner video. I know it was a little bit shorter, but like I said, we were on a real time crunch just with how crazy it's been in the warehouse. But I really hope that you enjoyed it. I'm really looking forward to making more videos like this, and I hope you are too. Let me know if you want me to build any more of the Witch from Mercury kits in the comments, and I'll be sure to read them. But that's it for me now. I hope to see you next time. Have a good day.